Right, morning traders. Happy Wednesday. Welcome. Let's see if we got everything going, everything working. Uh, we should be all good and set to go now. ASFX TV is streaming across 3 different platforms this morning. So it's streaming across my Twitter, uh, as well as YouTube and ASFX TV as usual, every single Wednesday and Friday on ASFX TV for myself. So yeah, we hope that everything is working now. Yeah, should be all good. Morning. So let me know in the chats. We'll go through my watch list this morning, and we'll also go through your guys' watch list. So if you have any thing that you want me to cover, please put in the chat, and I will make sure to go over it. Yeah, great to have you on this morning. Yeah, morning, ASFX TV. Yep, what's up? Tommy, Miguel, Michael, Jan, Ben, good to have you on. Thanks for being on. So, first things first, I did have an idea on GJ this morning. I'm being a little bit more cautious this morning, right? So, the reason being for that is it's quite simple. We do have CPI this morning. So, let's bring up my notebook here, my daily report card. As you can see, GJ longs, GU longs, as well as GCAD longs. Right. The only thing I don't like is some of them are a little bit overextended GCAD into last week's highs, but we do have some very heavy news on this this trading session, right? So we got USD CPI as well as FOMC today. So a pretty big news-filled day today. Yep. YouTube's live now. Good. So YouTube's live, ASFX TV's live, as well as on Twitter. Good to have you on. Nice. Good to have you on, guys. So yeah, let me know on ASFX TV. Yep, what you guys are watching. Okay, cool. Everything's working on the ASFX TV side. Brilliant. Martin, great. Elmer, what's up? Ben, thoughts on GJ 5-minute shift candle? Yep, that is the one that I had marked up even earlier, actually. So the only thing I don't like about this GJ, as you can see, the only thing I do not like about GJ is that we are getting into last week's highs. If you go to the 15-minute time frame, that is the 5-minute time frame. If you also go to the over here 15-minute time frame, we are getting towards last week's highs, as well as overextended, right? So we got 4 days to the high side. We got Friday, Monday, Tuesday. This would be a 4th day play for me. We've already had 3 previous bullish days. Great to have you on this morning, everyone. Yeah, perfect. So great. Okay, cool. So let's go to GA. We've got some people asking, traders asking about GA. So that's GJ. I did like this idea, breaking a little bit earlier, rejecting anchored view up and respecting it, and then moving higher. GCAD, a little bit more choppy, and we've had multiple days to the high side. So not really too interested on that. And then we do have GU. That is obviously going to be affected by CPI and FOMC today. So GJ and non-USD quote pairs would be a lot better. So we are going to get a few guys on stream this morning. We're going to get DY from Hydra Funding on, and then we are also going to have Tommy on, hopefully to end off the stream. But let's go over GA. Perfect. We can bring up GA. Let's go over GA. So GA. Let's see what's been happening over here. I did know we had a massive move to high side yesterday off the lows, Asian range lows. So still looking, I would still be long bias on this. 50-minute time frame is breaking through the 200 EMA at the moment. But still kind of big Asian range sessions lately. I guess it is GA, so things will move in the Asian session, right? So that is, I think today, the best thing today is staying on your hands, right? Sitting on your hands, not trying to force anything with these big news events coming out today. The market's in anticipation, awaiting what the dollar is going to do next after these news releases. Cool. So we've got some questions here on YouTube. So we live on all 3 platforms this morning. So really cool feature this. So We got some questions here by Rob on YouTube. Where do you think silver is going? Had a huge drop. Could it go back up again? Silver. Let's have a look at silver. Geez, we'll have to. There we go. There's silver down there. Yeah, this is very, very interesting. We had a massive drop down, I'm pretty sure, on gold as well after NFP. Right. Dollar quite strong after NFP. So going to be interesting. Again, what I would say to this is waiting for after CPI and FOMC to be released. Right. That's what I would say. No point trying to force anything before. Quite hard to look at buying it at the moment. We're sitting right at that 200 EMA. So yeah, we got Tom Jackson live on Twitter. Right. Morning, JB. Yeah, morning, Tommy. Appreciate it. Great to have you on as always, Tommy. And we will try and get you on stream here before you got to head out. But yeah, so that's where I think silver is the right thing to do with that huge drop. Could it go back up again? Of course it could go back up again. But today, I think a lot of things are just waiting for this FOMC news release this evening, my time, South African time, as well as USD CPR. So cool. Yeah. Congrats on your marriage. Wishing all the best. Appreciate it, Rob. 100%. So yeah, we're going to get DY from Hydro Funding on. And as always mentioned, so DY is sitting in the background of the studio at the moment. We are live on Twitter, my YouTube, and ASFX TV this morning, all at the same time. So pretty cool feature. We're trying out this new streaming platform. So we're going to get DY on. Again, this is a prop firm CEO. He knows all the back ends and everything like that. This is your chance to ask questions. That he's very, very transparent in everything that he comes forward and says. So this is your chance to ask questions. Let's get him on. Let's see if this works. Yo, what's up, DY?
Yo, what is going on, guys?
There you go.
Look at this fancy new StreamYard setup you got going on.
Look, now I can make my bald head look more pretty, bro.
Oh, that's awesome. That's pretty cool. That's it's very clean, very crispy.
Yeah, it is pretty neat, right? So yeah, how's your week been so far?
Not too bad. Trading wise, not so great. Started off the week with 2 losers. So in the red in the week at the moment. I'm not trading today because GBP news and then CPI in the evening. I don't like to trade when there's like red news on both sessions because I tend to see that price likes to, just kind of do that. And so I just take time to take some time off. But yeah, not the greatest week trading wise, but other than that, pretty good, pretty awesome.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think it's also last week or so has also been a little bit tough for me too. But we always go through those periods and patches. There's never going to be every single week always winning. We're not like the Miami traders from Florida, right? So the Lambos. So yeah, but okay. So let me know on ASFX TV, guys, if you have any questions. We got, as mentioned, we literally live on my YouTube, on Twitter, as well as our ASFX TV, all at the same time this morning. So that is pretty cool.
Yo, so real quick, just to start off the stream, I want to congratulate Liam. He just made his first payout.
Brilliant.
On his we
let's
paid
actually
him
get
out.
that up here.
He made his first payout. I would love to speak to Liam if you can connect us or
100%. Liam actually lives about 30 minutes from me.
Yeah, so he requested his first payout, I think last Friday, the team told me. So yeah, to go from trading the competition to making his first payout, in the span of, I believe, something like 6 weeks.
Yep, he has Liam's, yeah. It was a $2,000 payout. There we go. Yep.
That's amazing.
Brilliant. It's awesome to see. Amazing. Because he won the challenge and ACT came second. So 2 of our guys joined your Hydro challenge, won a $200,000 account for coming in first, and then gets a $2,000 payout. So he literally made $2,000 from nothing. Brilliant.
Yeah, literally trading competition, of which the trading competition is now live for registration. I believe there's like 3 or 4 days left to register. So make sure you guys sign up there if you haven't yet. It's completely free to join. And the prize pool is even better this time than last time because we've included cash prizes for the top 3. So first place now not only wins a 200K, but also $500. So you could walk away from winning the competition already up money, up cash money. Everybody likes that cash money. So yeah, quick shill here. Join the competition, guys. You got nothing to lose. Maybe you could follow in the footsteps of Liam over here. But yeah, just really wanted to congratulate Liam for being so consistent, trading well, and yeah, he deserves everything.
Yeah, I've just put the link in the chat there. You guys can see it up on screen as well now. That's the link for the trading competition. So go check it out. We got a couple days left, right? 3 or 4 days left, if I'm not mistaken.
3 or 4 days. I believe registration closes the end of this week. So you got a couple days left to sign up for the competition. After trading starts, the competition registration is closed, and may the best man or woman win.
Yeah, here's the competition. Here is the link. That's what it will look like. You guys can go and register there. So yeah, 3 days, 16 hours. So just under 4 days. Brilliant. No, very well done, Liam. And that's another South African representing. Really, really cool. I believe he only trades gold. And yeah, just a really, really cool to see him taking advantage of what you guys are doing over at Hydra as well. So let's go into the charts this morning. Let's do this. Let's go into the charts. What are you personally looking at this morning, Diwa? You can share your screen, by the way.
I just did a quick scan. A lot of the charts on the intraday. How do I share screen here? Maybe I can share my screen. Share screen.
Yeah, share entire screen at the bottom.
Share screen. Entire screen. Yeah, we can do that. Looking at some setups. The charts, at the moment they're not my favorite because, for example, look at AU on the 15-minute here. This is. I don't like trading these environments, and this has been going on for quite a while, right? Since we made this low here on AU 4 days ago, a lot of charts have been relatively sideways, especially the USD pairs. You'll see GU looks the same, EU pretty much the same. EU is a lot more bearish than GU. So I kind of like to see the higher time frame delivering in some type of format for me to want to get involved in the lower time frames. And a lot of the lower time frames are just sideways. They haven't met any demand or supply zones. They're not delivering in any format. So it's not really my favorite kind of environment to trade. I got one of the losses I took yesterday. I got stopped out here on GJ in this volatility where you see all these wicks. I was long here with my stop below. And yeah, I got stopped out here before the move to the upside, unfortunately. But yeah, GJ was kind of one of the only charts. I'm expecting GJ to come up and run these highs on the daily time frame because the daily is still very, very bullish. We're this close to this high. I have a hard time seeing it not taking the high. And remember, guys, like, it might look like there's no room to move on the daily, but this is a day trade right here on the 15-minute. Like, this is a day trade for you right here that you could take 1 or 2 R on. Right. So, when price comes this close, it's almost guaranteed we're going to go to run that high. So I'm still following GJ. If a setup presents itself, probably, I'll get myself involved on GJ again. But yeah, I'm not loving the USD pairs right now. It's not really much movement as far as things that I like to see. So yeah, I'm not loving the charts this week. Some of these cross pairs, I don't trade any of these crosses, but do you I know you trade some stuff like EuroCAD and whatnot. I don't keep my eye on that. For gold, I think gold has has made a huge push down again, right? Like I like to reference higher time frames to be in line with that on the lower time frame. So we've made this huge push down on the 4 hour on gold, and it looks like the EMAs are crossing and we're flipping bearish on the 4 hour. But again, like, what has price really done this week, right? If you look at the 15-minute, it's just kind of, since we made this low, we've kind of just sat and, been range bound for the last 4 days. And based on how I trade, I don't get opportunities, based on my rules and how I like to enter. I don't get opportunities here. So, I'm still waiting for something to set up. Potentially, what I would love to see for gold is something like it's a pull back into the EMAs and start to show signs that it wants to continue this next leg down. And then I have an easy target, right? I have a target. Okay, 4 hour wants to run here. And then I'm aligned on the 15-minute or the 5-minute, whichever I want to trade. Then I have a target. I have a directional bias. But for right now, I don't I don't see anything. So again, just sitting on my hands and just hanging out again with CPI coming up, all the news today. I'm just like, okay, cool. Might be nice to just focus on some other things for the day. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
generally what I'm looking at.
Nice. Yeah, so I do look at. I've actually been going through a lot of my statistics from the last 2 years, give or take, and I'm actually going to cut down the pairs that I watch. So let's go back to. Let's add my. There we go. Add my screen here, and just going back to my pound pairs. So pound-based pairs: GU, GJ, and GCAD. So those are the crosses that I'm going to be focused on in the next couple. Just those will be my better statistics in the last, give or take, 2 years, right? But yeah, agreed. There has been GBP, GDP news. That's a tongue twister this morning. So if we bring up that over here, we have had, as Tiwa mentioned, the GBP news this morning, as well as my time. Tiwa will probably be close to going to bed at that time, but CPI and then FOMC. So DY is actually all the way in Bali, right, Tiwa?
Yes, sir. That is correct.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's see what other questions we have here on. Guys are saying drinks on Liam. That's funny. Okay, cool. But yeah, otherwise, DY, what else are? Yeah, otherwise, we had some questions on silver. Do you trade silver by any chance? Some of the guys on YouTube were asking.
No, I don't trade silver. I don't think the spread is very good on silver. It's nowhere close to being as nice as gold. So I don't even watch silver.
Okay, okay, yeah, that makes sense. So we got another question here by Braden on YouTube. He says, "Can't seem to see how long the competition lasts for, just while DY is on." So if you bring up my screen here again, you can see it's from the 16th of June until the 5th of July. That is correct, right?
3 weeks.
Yep. So 3 weeks. Can the competition be traded on MT5? I do believe they don't use MT5, Rob. They use CTrader, but I'm pretty sure the competition is on MatchTrader, correct?
Yeah. So the competition is completely hosted on MatchTrader. We've made it super simple and straightforward, right? The minute you sign up and register for the competition, all the login credentials get sent to you via email. So you'll immediately get your login credentials. You can go and take a look at the MatchTrader platform. Like, you can already log in. Trading is disabled until the actual start time of the competition. So everyone starts at the same time. But, if you register now, you can go check out MatchTrader. You can kind of look at the dashboard, you can look at the execution platform and try to start to figure things out. So that's why we've made kind of access relatively early for people, so you can sign in, because I know that MatchTrader isn't necessarily very familiar with everyone. So yeah, if you want, even if you want to just take a look at the platform, even if you're not necessarily interested in taking part in the competition, sign up, go and trade on it and check out the platform. Because honestly, I just had dinner last night with two very good traders along with my partner Cam Foose. I don't know if you guys know Burns. This guy's like I think the most paid out trader on FTMO.
Oh yes,
he's just doing a podcast on Cam's channel today or tomorrow. And last night we all had dinner. And it's funny, like we were all talking about this. We were talking about the Miami stuff, we were just talking trader stuff. And yeah, I mean, there was everyone at the table was concurred on the fact that like MetaTrader is nothing compared to these other, whether it's CTrader or MatchTrader. The new platforms are just so much cleaner and easier to execute on. So don't sleep on the new platforms. Honestly, like I personally trade on CTrader, but we offer also MatchTrader and DXTrade. The competition's good chance for you to give this a shot. The biggest thing, we were all saying that MetaTrader is almost designed to make people lose or designed to make people fail, because it's so simple to build in a risk calculator, which all of these new platforms have. Like when you set up a position, when you size a position, they tell you how many % of your account is at risk.
Yep.
And they make it abundantly clear. But in MT, all you can do is select some lot sizes and you don't see nothing. I don't know if you have an EA. So we're all kind of joking around about, oh yeah, like MT is just wait for you to fail. But yeah, MatchTrader is a very clean platform. I like it a lot as well. So check it out. Just sign up. Credentials are there. It's completely free. Take a look.
Yeah, 100%. So if you guys, please let me know in the chat, in the comment section, if you've got any assets that you want me to cover or DY to cover, let me know, and we will go over it. Rob comments, MetaTrader sucks.
Yeah.
Bro, I'll still love MetaTrader. Yeah, I agree, but it's still my baby. But CTrader is neat, bro. You'll show me that screenshot of when you can look at the entry and exit. That it's a lot more, how can we say, advanced, I think, right?
Yeah, it's a lot more modernized, and I would say there's a lot more useful tools built in for traders that are new to the forex space. You know, when I
Yeah.
came in and so I started trading forex, I was shocked by MetaTrader. I was like, "What is this? Like, did I just take a trip back in time, or like, what's going on? Like, what is this software?" And it was so clunky and so hard to figure out. Like, it took me ages even to figure out how to place an order. And then before that, I didn't have an EA, so I had to literally like go to some website and like type in the lot size risk calculator, like, and try to figure out like, oh, how many lots am I supposed to risk on this and that pair. It was horrendous, man. But yeah,
Yeah.
on the new platforms, everything is built in. The minute you're trying to set up an order, it's right there telling you how much in dollars you're risking, how much in percent you're risking as you adjust your position sizing, lot size up and down. That all dynamically changes, and that's like the biggest tool that, as a trader, you really, really want to see, because you really want to know how much you have at risk, and you want to kind of be exact when it comes to how much you can possibly lose on any given trade, right?
Sure. Yeah, just going pivoting a little bit to some of the stock side of things. Obviously, as we know, today is going to be quite an important day for the stock side of things. I did buy some GameStop last night for fun.
Oh boy.
So we'll see what happens with that today. But I've got in at about 20, 26, closer to $27. So we'll see what happens with that. It's just a little bit of a YOLO. But I have been holding some Google. I was mentioning this last night. I've been holding some Google all the way back here since beginning of April, about at $158, $159. So been in for that for quite long. I'm also holding some PayPal, Walmart, and Amazon.
Are you
So
mostly swing trading these stocks?
correct. Yeah. So this is with these stocks, what I'm doing is swing trading on the hourly chart, daily chart, and I'm trading it through my bank in South Africa. You can buy stocks directly through them, and I do enjoy it, because I like day trading of the currencies. And then I'll swing trade my stocks as well. It's just kind of also nice to diversify the portfolio. Of course, I also invest into the ETFs, SPAR and QQQ. Everyone always asks me. So for those that are new maybe to trading and investing, and they don't have time to actually learn to day trade, what I always tell them is try and diversify your portfolio. The two best bets, in my opinion, always to do is invest into ETFs, SPAR and the QQQ tickers. Right, so Nasdaq and the S&P 500. That S&P 500 over the last 50 years has averaged 10% per year. So that's what for someone that doesn't know one inch of investing, that's your best bet. Those two ETFs. And then another thing, and I know Cam and them is quite big on it, is maybe diversify, add some Bitcoin, add some ETH, add some different crypto as well. Particularly if you're young, you can afford to be a little bit more aggressive. If you're playing with retirement, if you're 60 years old and playing with retirement money, different story. But for someone that's in their 20s, like my mates always ask me, you can be a little bit more aggressive in that aspect. So yeah, Rob just mentioned, Roaring Kitty has a huge position with options. Yeah, I don't know how that's going to. I think he's got a $20 call at June 21st. So we'll see. Currently we're at $30, so he'll hit big if that hits. So I did have to buy in some GameStop just to be part of the action for fun, right? But other than that, if there's any questions for DY while he's live here on stream, remember guys, we're streaming across all three platforms this morning: Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Not Instagram, ASFX TV. We did do Instagram last night. Let me know if there's any questions for DY. This is a prop firm CEO here live on stream. So let me know if you've got any questions for him. But yeah, otherwise, what other on the crypto side of things? Any updates with Hydra's crypto? Anything like that you could give to the viewers this morning, Diwa?
Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, we're developing a crypto funded trading product, right? That's in the pipelines in the making. We kind of started working on that maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago. Really, the plan started to come together. We started to discuss that with our tech provider. We've started kind of looking for market makers, looking for ways that, traders would be able to execute trades. The idea is to provide real crypto liquidity for people that trade crypto, to be able to execute as if you were trading on a crypto exchange like Bybit or BitGet or Binance, any of these platforms. I think if you've tried trading any crypto CFDs from any of these forex brokers, you'll probably know that the spread's not great, liquidity's not great. So it's not really the most friendly environment. So what we're really trying to bring to the prop space is a crypto native liquidity, and doing it in the same way that we have approached the Forex prop game, which is prioritizing risk management, prioritizing long-term stability, being able to be around, nurture and fund good traders, being able to pay out our traders. Like right now, Hydra Funding has on average, I think 24 to 48 hour business hours payouts on every single payout. That's what we average, 24 to 48 hours, no delays, no BS, right? So that's the same thing that we want, the same product, the same approach that we have, with our Forex product, we want to bring to the crypto space. And I would say we're probably like a month to maybe 2 months out from launching the product. Right now, it's a lot of the
Yeah.
back end stuff going on. We also have we just redesigned our entire website as well, so we're going to have a site refresh coming up soon. Very excited for that. Yeah, like in maybe 1 or 2 months, you'll be able to see a crypto product for all of our crypto traders on the Hydra Funding site, available for you guys to use if you do like trading some crypto.
That's yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I think that's going to be really, really cool. I think that will be a first in the space as well, right, DY, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think there's maybe some players doing it, but I don't really know, who they are, or, a lot of the crypto firms, I like, not that there are even many that exist, but the ones that I've kind of seen around, I don't know what their track record is like.
Yeah.
It's not a very big thing in crypto. So, we're
Yeah.
hoping to use our experience and use our track record to bring a really, really solid product for crypto traders that they can rely on as well. Ooh, is that pushing towards TP, my bro?
Unfortunately, I didn't place a trade on this. I would have loved to be in it. This is I put this on just before the stream, but I was like, CPR day, and I just didn't take it. So
Yeah,
no position.
no, I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah.
I'm sitting on my hands today, man. I'm just not gonna participate in the markets today.
Correct.
Given that there's been a lot of sideways action as well, a lot of charts ugly. I'm just not. Maybe
Yeah,
I
we're
should have
back
bought some
above 200
GameStop,
on.
but
This is GJ, as mentioned in the beginning of the stream. I'm going to be focusing on GU, GJ, and GCAD. Those would be my three best currency pairs in the last year. And then also going to bring, actually, Tom, I'm going to get him on when you get off here. I'm going to bring Tom on here, and we're going to speak about some systematic trading as well. But I'm going to be using some of his systematic plays as well on the NASDAQ. So very, very, I'm trying to bring, just diversify the trading a bit. But yeah, going to be focused on these three currency pairs. These have been my best ones in the last 2 or 3 years.
So this is kind of like a refinement that you're making for your own trading to try and, bring more profitability out of it, right? Like take some losing pairs out. Yeah. No,
I think DY, and we got some questions for you here in the chat as well. So we'll just go over those as well. But I think for me, like, with the whole, getting married, and life's been quite busy for me in the last 3 or 4 months, preparing for the marriage, everything like that. And I just want to refine everything and just make things as simple as possible. So I think for me, and I'm sure you can attest to this as well, but basically just the simpler is the better, right? As soon as you try and overcomplicate things, your head just becomes a whole big mess. And it's just like, can't even think straight. And as a day trader, you need to be like, as much as you can in the zone as possible.
Yeah.
Right? Would you agree with that?
Yeah, 100%.
So we got just another quick shill. Yeah, we got, look at the cool things coming across the screen there. Do you see that? So you can use James for a discount on new Hydra challenges. So go ahead and check that out. I did put the link in the chat as well. So you can go check out Hydra's platform there, but you can use James for a discount on new Hydra challenges. And as DY mentioned, there's no BS when getting paid. You get paid within 24 hours, 48 hours, straight to your selected payment wallet. So with the CFD space being where it is right now, Hodge is one of the firms that you actually can trust. And I'll put my foot forward and vouch for them too.
Yeah, so we also offer we just started working with Rise a couple of weeks ago. So there's fiat options now, crypto options, whichever you prefer. You know, we have 2 ways to pay all our traders out. So yeah, we're constantly working on trying to make the experience as positive as possible, you know, like because yeah, we come from the perspective of I'm a trader, Cam's a trader, right? Like we understand what really traders are looking for, and yeah, we really strive to kind of make that environment as good as we can.
Perfect. Okay, we got some questions here from Ak here. He said, so Ak is all the way in Thailand. He says, yeah, what's up? Later, question for DUI. Who did you learn trading from? Who was your mentor?
Oh, it's actually really interesting because I feel like my trading has been pulled from so many different sources. The first thing that really made things kind of like click for me, the first encounter that really made things click for me was when I discovered what Wyckoff was, like the whole theory
Okay.
and idea behind accumulation schematics, distribution schematics, reaccumulation, and redistribution. That kind of set up the framework for how I understand the market and how I view things, right? Like we're constantly in states of either impulsing into reaccumulations, into distributions, you know, like so looking at these market phases really kind of was a light bulb moment for me. And then I don't remember exactly who, but maybe there were a couple people on YouTube. I definitely got some inspiration from this guy called MentFX as well when I was trying to look for a very good source of market structure, right? That's
Okay.
also the secondary thing from which I base my trading on. Is I'm very, very much structure based, right? I trade everything off of market structure. So, you know, but there's plenty of resources for market structure on the on YouTube, and a lot of most of this information that I've gotten has been completely free. You know, you kind of go through the pool, like, you know, I tried stuff like support resistance, blah, blah, none of that really like worked or clicked with me. But it was, yeah, Wyckoff and then market structure, these two things, when I started to put them together, and then using supply and demand zones, like I think supply and demand zones, the way that I use them, you know, in market structure, I kind of follow whatever Ment was teaching.
Yep.
So that was definitely a big you know, big turning point for me as well. So kind of putting all that together with Wyckoff, with you know, market structure and supply and demand zones, like then going really deep into back testing, like just going so many trades, bro, like so many. And this was before we had stuff like FX replay, you know, doing stuff on spreadsheets, thousands of trades,
Yep.
just hours and hours and hours. You know, and that was, it was the repetition on top of these selected concepts that I, you know, used to understand the market with. Those things really help to kind of shape and cement, because as you see things start to appear, right? Everyone views charts. You can view charts differently. You can use different systems. But I think the most important thing is putting in those reps and allowing yourself and your mind to be able to see the setups, see the way the market moves over and over again. Like that is the biggest difference. Like concept wise, honestly, like so many people trade so many different things in so many different ways. I don't believe that there's just one way to view the market, and there's just like one way to, you know, like say that, oh, like it's absolutely right. You know, that's why sometimes I look on social media, I see I see things like
Yeah.
ICT claiming he has a 97% win rate.
Yeah. So,
And all these people are like in a cult. Um, can't say anything bad about ICT, or, you know, like they're gonna come after you.
X
You know,
says,
it's
yeah,
just
he's a big Warkov fan too. Warkov, however you pronounce that. But I have read up on that. That's interesting. Nice.
yeah, I mean the whole idea, it's more like conceptual, right? Like it's more like
Sure.
under the understanding of how or why the market moves. And I was always very interested in the why, right? I was always very interested. Like I tried out all these things that are more like system based, algo based, you know, very, very strict rule based, like if A, B, C, D, then this. But I always found that kind of lacking for my personality and myself. I always kind of wanted to understand why price move, not so much just like, okay, if this presents, then I click a button, right?
Yep.
So yeah, that was kind of what structured, you know, that was kind of what structured my understanding of the markets. And now I use these concepts on a day in and day out basis, combined with supply and demand and market structure for me to execute trades, and I still execute in a very rule-based manner, very systematic manner. When I enter a trade, it's very much, if this presents itself, exactly, I want to see this, I want to see this, and this is the exact way that I enter. It's the same every single time. I'm not sitting there like, oh, should I long this or not? It's, if it presents, then I enter, and I find that makes me very, very consistent.
Brilliant. I love it. So just some interesting facts here from Edgefield. You guys have always seen me use these statistics from Edgefield to help me, because in my trading, I think, and DY will probably attest to this as well, but statistics and data is where, you know, the only thing that you can really fall back on. But this is just GJ. So as mentioned, I'm focusing on my 3 best pairs that have made me the most money in the last 2-3 years. GJ, look at the volume. So this is you can look at the volume pre-economic news releases. So this is pre-CPI. You can also get pre-FOMC and pre-non-farm payrolls. The day of CPI and the day before CPI, the volume is very low. Look when the biggest day the volume is coming in. Predominantly the day of and the day after. So when you're looking at opportunities, you don't want to be trading when volume is low and then it's waiting for the news release to actually happen. And this data, this is from a time frame point of view, this is in the last year. You can actually see that, you know, the volume before the actual news release is dry, and then it comes out, and the next day after and the day of the news release is actually a lot. There will be a lot more volume, which provides more opportunities. Let's look at FOMC as well. Look at this. The volume T minus 2 days. So 2 days before, low. Then it gets higher. This is all from June 2023, higher. And then look at the day of and the day after, kind of, you know, drops off even after. But, you know, you can see the volume is bigger the day of and the day after compared to complete contrast to the days before. So that just puts the stats in your favor as well. Right.
That's super interesting, because I imagine with the high volume on the day of, you're going to see massive volatility as well, right? Part of that is like all the orders flooding into market on news. I would imagine that, like, from what I can see on these charts, right? And I didn't know this data. This is very, very cool. I would almost be like, okay, cool. The day of, I want to kind of avoid the volatility, because that's when shit gets really crazy. But almost seems like the day after is an amazing day to trade, because there's still a lot of follow-up volume. You're not getting this gigantic news candles, news spikes. Yeah, that's really, really cool.
So we do have a question here by Rob. So let's bring this up. How many challenge accounts did you guys blow before getting a funded account? Rob, plenty. Probably I've probably blown over 15, 20 accounts. But through, in terms of before getting my first one, it took me 4 tries to get my first account. So I had my first 6-figure year trading personal capital, right, on my own brokerage account before prop firms became even a big thing. That was in 2020. I had private investors that backed me, and I had my first 6-figure year on my own account, right? Then I saw the more money you have, the more money you can make, right? And that's where prop firms, I started with FTMO, blew through 4 accounts there, 3 or 4 accounts, and then I got my first funded account. And over the last 3 or 4 years, I've blown through plenty, probably, as I mentioned, 15, 20 accounts. It's not always, you know, passing every single time, but if you can, as soon as you get one account and you get a payout, it covers the expenses for the other accounts that you do get. So I think if anyone says that they haven't blown accounts, they just lie.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Before I started Hydra, I blew, I think, 2 FTMO accounts and then 1 at another prop firm. And I was so confounded, because I was like, you know, I can trade my own personal account fine, like, and I had the confidence to trade it.
Yeah.
But after a couple of these blown accounts, you start to realize that the prop account is almost a different game. You almost have to be prepared to take multiple shots, because the margin for error is much, much smaller. Like, say you're trading a 100K account, right? You cannot really view it as like, oh, I'm trading a 100K account, because you've got maybe a 9% drawdown or a 10% or a 6% drawdown, right? Like, you really, your margin of error becomes much smaller, right? So either you're still risking the same percent per trade, you know, as you do in your regular account. And maybe after 3-4 trades, right, on my personal account, I was risking between 1 to 2% per trade. And that's how I approach the challenges. And it happens so fast. And I don't know if this happened to you, but like, when I first started trading these prop challenges, I realized that the mentality and the mindset was almost a little bit different, because when you're down 3% on a prop account, I think it feels much worse than if you're down 3% on your personal account,
100%.
because you got that, like, you know, you got that stop just like staring you down in the face, right? And it's almost like, oh, like I got 1 or 2 trades left. At least that's how I felt when I first started trading these prop challenges. And after I started Hydra, I didn't trade prop anymore. I was kind of just like, okay, cool. I'm gonna focus on building this business, trading my own personal account, figuring out how this business and all this stuff works. And now I'm taking a challenge myself again. I'm in phase 2 of a 200K challenge, and you know, overall it's going pretty well. I definitely, you know, over the last year and a half have also improved a lot as a trader, and I understand how to approach the prop game now, which is the way that I do it. And you know, and you can do it in different ways. Is I don't want to blow the account, so I risk small, right? I'm not risking even 1%. Sure. I start off challenges risking 0.4 to 0.5. And then as the challenge goes into profit, I step up the risk to 0.6, 0.7, 0.8. So I kind of scale it up as I build more buffer for myself, so that you can pass the challenges quicker, because you don't want to be trading them forever. But yeah. I also know my own psychology and my mindset when I start. If I go quickly into drawdown, like, it's very psychologically stressful for me. So that's why when I'm just starting out, or if I'm in drawdown on an account, I just risk very, very small. So I keep my mental and I keep my psychology.
Nice. Yeah, we had, as mentioned, I did like in my daily report card for this today, I did like the pound pairs for long buys, particularly GJ and GU, but we had a little bit of an entry here on GU, got a little bit of a 1821 EMA crossover, maybe stop at the low there. But as mentioned, just with the, you know, if you take a loss on, for me, if I take a loss on this today, this morning, I'm just going to be like, you know, well, why am I even trading? Rather come back, as mentioned, rather come back after the news has been released, or tomorrow. You know, I think a lot of the times in the month, the trends set after CPR, you know, for the rest of the month. We got another question here. So from Johan, fellow South African, how do you reference market maker method, Steve Morrow at all? So I don't know if you've heard
I have no idea what that is.
Okay, so that I do know what you're talking about, Johan. That's beat the market maker. A lot of these things, remember, like a lot of the guys that teach and everything like that, and share, you know, methods are similar concepts, like taken Wyckoff or taken a certain concept and turned it into their own words, right? Yep. Nothing against it. I think it's really, really good, because you actually have to make it make sense for yourself. So a lot of these concepts are the same type of thing, just put in a different way of saying it, right? So Wyckoff is actually very, very similar to how RCT explains things. It's just in a different rebranded, rephrased type of way, right? So we've actually got another question here on ASFX TV about the blowing of challenges. Thomas, good old TJ, says, Rob, I'm going to talk about this in a lot of detail on my stream tomorrow. I'm going to go into some stats and data on how many challenges to take to pass a challenge using your win rate. Very, very interesting. As I said, like, I think also, DY, I used to take these like, I don't really care if I blow a challenge account anymore, because I know that I've got accounts that I'm funded with at the moment, that I've had an FTMO account for over 2.5 years right now. So once I get funded, I take it slow and steady, but I'm willing to be more aggressive in the challenge phase. It's just, I've changed. I used to try and treat them like a personal trading account, and I think that's just the wrong way to go about it, because, as I said, my main focus is still my personal trading accounts, but I think you have to treat them as two different things. Personal trading accounts, you can be, you know, more slow and steady, and then challenges, you can be more aggressive on them. There's no point trading a flipping challenge account, waiting to get passed, and then you don't get a payout, and then all of a sudden the firm says, I'm sorry, I'm not here anymore, and you're like, what the fuck, dude? I've taken 6 months to try and pass this thing, and now all of a sudden they're not there. So again, I will say, go check out, I will put again the link in the bio, in the chat.
And just a quick sidebar, by the way, that's entirely the fault of the prop industry. You know, it shouldn't be this way.
Agreed.
Like, traders shouldn't have to worry about stuff like this. But unfortunately, you know, we live in a day and age where it is, and yeah, you almost have to be really, really careful about it. It almost becomes like, is the investment in time going to be worth it? Right? Like, that becomes a strong consideration, because it's not just about passing anymore.
100%. That's where, because then it's also not only time, it's also mental capital. So again, go check Hydra out. I will put the link in the chat again. They a company, as mentioned, I can put my foot forward and say that you will get paid out. And I think that's the big thing. Are you going to get paid out once you pass And I think with Hydra, you will. So go check them out. And again, with the competition, we got 3 more days till the end of the competition. So go check that out as well. As mentioned, Liam, one of the guys in ASFX, did get a great payout from winning.
Yeah, Liam, I wanna speak to you, my brother. Please allow me the honor of speaking to you.
Allow me the honor.
Allow me to share your incredible story with the rest of our community, because that's something special.
That is super cool. I'll message Liam actually today and actually get you two in touch.
Would appreciate that, brother.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Other than that, I think right now this morning just gonna sit tight and see what happens with regards to this news coming out today. But I always appreciate your time, bro. Yeah.
As usual, thanks for having me.
Always, bro, 100%. Do you have any last questions that you want to ask DUI before he leaves this morning? We obviously will do this again next week, Wednesday, on ASFX TV. You can watch me all week live on ASFX TV every single week. We got streams every day, so check me out there again if you want to watch more of this. But yeah, it's cool. We crossed all 3 platforms this morning: Twitter.
This is really dope. This is so clean. I love it. I absolutely love this. I love this because I'm about to start streaming New York sessions as well on YouTube, and I just had I'm using, this is StreamYard, right? I'm using Streamlabs. So I just had Streamlabs set up, and it seems very, very user friendly. Like you can start everything from the software. So I'm giving that a shot. And I think my idea is to stream live on YouTube as well as in the Hydra Discord. So those 2 places I want to be trading live New York session at least once a week. And if the turnout's good and people like it, then I could do it. I could definitely do it more often. But yeah, I really want to just start because a lot of times I'm on the charts. I'm alone. I'm sitting here. I might as well have some people join me, like have some fun, talk some shit. Like it's nice.
Bro, 100%, dude. I think that's also the reason why, I also started sharing my trading journey, because in 2020, I wasn't posting anything really about trading, nothing. And then end of 2021, I was been trading full time for the whole year then. And I was like, dude, trading was my only source of income. And I was like, fuck, this is boring at times. Like you'll also be like in a drawdown and you're like, shit, like I'm trading by myself. It's so boring. And I was like, you know what? Actually, you need to actually put yourself out there. There's a lot more to life than just trading. Because it can get so boring at times. I'm sure you with the poker as well, kind of same type of thing, right?
Same.
Yeah. But no, 100%. I appreciate you coming on as always, bro. We will do this again as always every Wednesday.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, guys. And as usual, I'll see you guys on the stream next Wednesday. And don't forget to join the competition, and wish you all the best of luck.
I always appreciate you being on DUI. And I only let DUI come on today because he followed me back on Twitter.
We're real friends now. We're real friends.
Yeah, we're real friends. Must be real friends. I mean, if you don't follow each other on Instagram, Twitter, you're not, half my family doesn't follow me back on Instagram and that. But we have to be friends now.
All right, guys. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one.
Perfect, DUI. I'll see you in a bit. Cheers, bro.
See ya.
Okay, cool, guys. That was DUI from Hydra Funding. We are going to get Tommy on here for a bit as well. Let's see if we can, still chat some more markets on it. This idea here on GU, I will mark this up in my daily report card, but this idea here on GU continue to rip. But again, it's just, it's a CPR day, CPR and FOMC day. So be patient. Just making some notes throughout the day, right? Be patient. So again, I'm only going to go back to my 3, make sure I get these in the GBP USD. And GJ, make sure I get these markups throughout the day. This is what a daily report card looks like, guys. So if you want to know what a good daily report card looks like, this is where it's at. TradeZella, and then you making sure that you're documenting each day. Look here, here's my morning routine. Still need to do my daily devotion. We can actually bring that up as well. Let's do that. Let's put it in. But yeah, making sure that the daily report cards and everything are done. because that's where you actually can track yourself. Not the most fun part of trading, but it is necessary if you want to become a consistent trader, right? So, yeah. Let's have a look here. Please let me know in the comment section, guys. Is there any other things that you would like me to cover? I'm not an ASFX member, so this will be uploaded to the YouTube channel. I'm not too sure if this will be uploaded to the YouTube channel, Rob. But again, we will be doing more lives on Twitter and my YouTube going forward. So make sure that you do check me there as well. Tom said I need to start shooting like this. My sunglasses like this with the Ray-Bans. Start streaming like this in the mornings. We got a great question here from Zane. Zane is from Daily FX, if I'm not mistaken, Zane. So let's bring that up. Let me know what you guys think of my sunglasses. Should I stream like this all the time? But Zane's got a question here. Hey, James, I was wondering, what's your take on the brokers who are venturing into the prop firm space? Could you be more specific on who the brokers are? I do know there are a few, but which ones are you referring to, Zane? But yeah, I think it's honestly a good thing. We've got a lot of prop firms that I don't think are stable at the minute, that they're just not backed by professionals. I think the brokers that are going to the prop firm space, the guys like Owanda, you get some big brokers in the space that can make it happen, that know how to run a book. I think it's a good thing for the traders as well as the whole prop firm space. I think particularly, Zane, I think in these times, what's the hardest thing to get is hands-on capital, right? You're not just going to go and someone's going to just give you $100,000 to trade with. You have to prove yourself, probably have like a 2, 3, 4 year track record. So I think it's a good thing. They know how to run a book. And if they know how to run a book, they can provide stability to the trading space. That's my personal take on it. Pull the cap backwards, JB. Okay, so now we've got the glasses and the cap backwards. Okay, cool. So now we must be making money. So yeah, we had some ideas this morning, but yeah, do you love it? Yeah. Yeah, put some W's in the chat. But yeah, nice. So, Elmer, yeah, put the head backwards. Okay, so is that better like that then? But yeah, Zane, I think it is a good thing for the prop firm space. I think brokers first of all, know how to run a book. They can provide some stability, and then you're going to get paid out from them. GBP pairs ripping here, man. GCAD as well. So as mentioned, I did like the pound pairs to the high side. I just don't think that on CPR, we also had GDP news this morning for the pound pairs. Yeah. So we're going to see if we can get Tommy on. Let's see. Let's send him a link here. Which brokers do you know that are coming to the prop firm space? And do you know which brokers are coming into the prop firm space? Let's invite Tommy here. Okay. See, Zane, I always follow you on Twitter, bro. Now I didn't know that you switched over. Thanks, James. Formerly Daily FX. Okay. Now Market Pulse. So if you want to follow Zane, great follow in the FX space. Let's give you a little bit of a shout out here, Zane. Fellow South African. So let's give him a bit of a shout out here. Let's give him Zane. I've even got your notifications on for you, brother. So let's bring you up here, as you can see. This is Zane here. Handsome, okay, Zane. But yeah, this is Zane here. Great follow in the Forex side of things. Okay, so now you are with Market Pulse. Okay, cool. Formerly Daily FX, but yeah, great follow in terms of ideas. Yeah, also James here from Forex.com. So he says, I see markets and I've heard of a potential launch for Owanda in South Africa as well. That UK GDP was interesting. Yeah, 100%. Okay, cool. So Awanda in South Africa and also RC markets. I think it's a great thing, Zane. What do you think? Have you ever taken a prop firm challenge yourself personally? But yeah, I think it's a good thing personally. But let's have a that UK GDP came out as forecast, but under the previous. So yeah, 0%. Perfect. Yep. And the nice thing about Forex Factory, you can go over here, and this is where Zane comes and gives his more macroeconomic view into on Twitter as well. So great follow. Yeah, so you can have a look at what these things are. So changing the total of all goods and services produced by the economy. I'm not the biggest macro guy, but yeah, I think, again, Zane, I think that that RC markets and big brokers like RC markets, one of the biggest brokers in the world, and Awanda, again, one of the biggest brokers in the world with a license in America, that are coming into South Africa and into the prop firm space is good. We're going to have more stability in the prop firm space and just safe space for traders as well as the brokers, so they can both make money. So I think it's a good thing. What are your thoughts on it? But yeah, I'm glad that you've heard the same thing. I think it's a great thing for traders because at the moment there's only a few handful of firms that I've actually got that I've taken with. I can mention them, but a handful of firms that I've actually going with at the moment, and can name them if you want. But I'm currently funded with FTMO, Funded Engineer, and a few others. But over here, FTMO, Alpha Capital, Funded Peaks, 5%ers, My Funded FX, Hydra Funding, and there is a few others like FX2, CTR. There's a few others that I do recommend. But yeah, those are the ones at the moment. So FTMO is still, I think, top dog, number one. And then you got guys like 5%ers, Hydra, Funded Peaks, Alpha Capital, My Funded FX. There's a few great ones. So yeah, even E8 is quite nice as well. So I've literally got with quite a few. Zane says, yeah, I appreciate the kind words, mate, especially from you. Yeah, I've done a few challenges and have 2 live accounts for about 18 months, but lost a few when some of them fall off the map. Same thing as me, Zane. I lost about 150,000 Rand payout from my Forex funds when they went down. I guess you just got to move on and try and get some more accounts. Are you a swing trader, Zane, or do you day trade? And what currencies do you look at? Yeah, I always appreciate following. I appreciate the kind words as well, bro. I enjoy following you and your take on things. I definitely want to have a meetup. We do have each other's number, if I'm not mistaken. So I definitely want to have a meetup when I come to Joburg next time. I know you are out there in Sandton side, right? Yeah, we definitely need to. Zane, I'll actually DM you my number. I don't know if I've sent you my number before, but let me send you my number. There we go. I've got your number. I think I've got it there. Okay, I'll give you a missed call so I can save the number there. Yeah, 100%, bro. I saved your number, yeah. So it's in your WhatsApp, yeah, Zane. I'm live on stream. Why not? Let's do that. It's in your WhatsApp, yeah, Zane. So you got my number. There you go. Just sent your WhatsApp, brother. Perfect. So yeah, I definitely think that the prop firm space would benefit from the big players coming in like that. So again, as you can see in my in my report here, in my daily report card, I did have in my pound pairs for long GU, GJ, and GCAD. I did prefer GJ longs, but again, with the GDP news, that was interesting that came out, and then we also did have massive news day today. So yeah. Zane says, preferably swing trading on my personal accounts, but with prop firms, I take day trading approach. Yeah, we need to link up, long overdue, mate. Yeah, 100% Zane. Definitely, you get very few guys that are real ones in this trading space in South Africa, so it'd be great to meet up with you, 100%. Okay, cool. So you, Zane, gold and oil are my kids. Nice. Love it. Okay, cool. So, but you do day trade. So Zane swing trades, preferably on his personal account, and then day trades with the prop firms. Do you wants me to play games? Wants me to play my FIFA. We'll have to live stream some FIFA soon. Whoever wants to play against me. Yeah, tell me. Okay, so day trade on the prop firm side of things, and currencies as well as gold and oil, but you also look at currencies as well. Braden, also in JHB, Johannesburg. If it's a public meetup, I'll join. Sounds good, Braden. 100%, bro. We'll definitely let you know. Yeah, there's definitely good development in my opinion. Having been on the receiving end of losing accounts, I think the space is in for a lot of change in the coming months. And if good brokers, reputable brokers like RC Markets and that can come in, I think it's great for the trading space. Let's see. Is FX regulated in South Africa, JB? It's not regulated yet in Southeast Asia. Yes, FX is regulated in South Africa. FX is probably the biggest traded asset in South Africa, along with the indices and that. But CFDs as a whole are regulated in South Africa. JB, how do you treat your funded accounts? What's your approach when it comes to risk? And are you trading them together or separately? Good question. I trade them separately, and I have about 5 different funded accounts at the moment. I trade them separately and with low risk, 0.25 to 0.5% risk. I'm more aggressive on the funding stage, as mentioned, on the getting funded stage, so the challenge phase. And then when I get funded, I tone down the risk. So as mentioned, remember I told you at the start of this quarter, I'm being more aggressive. Got some accounts past the line, not as much as I would have hoped. So we'll have to just pick it up more aggressive even going into Q3. But yes, more aggressive on the challenge phase, and then I turn it down once I get to the funded and just trade them, some of them together, some of them separately, but I definitely do tone down the risk. Where's Big Daddy Tom? Hope he comes on with some shades too. Yeah, we'll have to see. I've sent Tom. We'll see if he does come on in the background. Yeah. But we'll carry on going on this live stream. I think it's quite good. We're across Twitter as well as my YouTube and ASFX TV this morning. If you do want to watch me trade live all week, you can see me on ASFX TV. I trade on Wednesdays and Fridays, but maybe we'll do some more on ASFX TV if you guys enjoy it. Again, we need to get more people pumping on our ASFX TV if we want to keep the live stream. So this is just we'll do maybe on Twitter live once a month. But if you want to watch me more, ASFX TV is the place to be. Again, the only thing I didn't like about this GCAD is we were trading into last week's highs. So we have so I'd like to use the daily market cycle, daily count. We do have 1, 2, 3 previous bullish days on GCAD. So this would be a 4th day play, and we're getting into last week's highs, so nothing great there for me. GJ was also a 4th day play, but I liked the market trend on it. GU was really, really nice as well. We're respecting last week's lows. You know, that's one of my criteria. I don't trade around last week's highs and lows. So yeah, looking to take it back up into maybe this fair value gap with RCT traders will love that. Back up into last week's highs. That's what I'm looking. I'm looking for a weak dollar going into FOMC CPI. So we'll see that if we can continue to get a move to the high side. But that's just my take. Obviously, news, we don't know what's going to happen. How are you finding the 1 hour breakout TSL strategy, Turtle Soup? Are you going only looking on the indices? Yes, so I'm looking at on the indices as well as stocks. That's what I actually am mostly using it for. On my stocks, these are my positions. You can see it on the right-hand side there at the moment. I currently am holding Amazon, PayPal, Disney, Walmart, GameStop. Saying you'll love that. And then Google as well. So I've got quite a few. And then obviously also the ETS. But I'm liking it on the indices as well as as well as stocks. That's what I'm using it at. I'm using the 5-minute A1 and A2 entry systems, as mentioned, Ben. You know how I trade with the previous week's highs and lows. Normally like that and I've narrowed it down, as mentioned on today's stream, to the 3 pound pairs. Let's see if Tom's ready to come on. So he's back now. Let's see if we can get Tom on. Bring shades, Tommy, bring shades. So Tom's in the background, yeah. So we're gonna get Tommy. We're gonna get Tom on for a bit. Daddy Tom, the tribe has spoken and Tom has decided to come on. So let's get him here on stream. Morning, Tommy.
JB.
How are you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Doing great. Let's see. Can you guys all hear Tom? Let me know on ASFX TV, on Twitter. Can you guys all hear Tom today? Can you all hear him? Right? You should be able to hear him.
Hello.
Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear him on ASFX TV, guys. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear him on ASFX TV. There he is. Okay, perfect. Elmo says yes, all good. Perfect. I love this new streaming platform, Tom. I will be honest. I love it. It's quite cool.
It's good.
There you go. It is. I mean, streaming to YouTube, Twitter, and ASFX TV all at once. So Tom streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and he normally loses on Tuesdays and Fridays when we do our scalping battles. So if you want to watch us, I'm just teasing. It's 3-2 to me. Tom's on the 2 in a row, 2 on the trot. But if you want to watch us more, you can watch us on ASFX TV. That's where we are on. So Braden's asking me here, which platform are you using to trade stocks? So in South Africa, Braden, I'm using Investix Clarity, and I also use Easy Equity. So those are the 2 platforms that I am using to trade stocks, as well as you get FNB online share trading. So there's quite a few ones that you can use to trade stocks as well. There's even some stock prop firms like Trade the Pool. But what are you looking at today, Tom, with CPR? What are your thoughts on today's trading session?
So, what are my thoughts on today's trading session? For most people out there, my thoughts would be, if my advice was to give out to everybody, I would see today as, don't see it as a day where there is CPI and FOMC where you can win a fortune. So many amateur traders look at these kind of days and think, oh yeah, loads of volatility. I'm going to make a load of money. I can make this. I can pass this challenge. I can get paid out here. I can do this. I can do that. And what they forget to look at is the risk side of this equation, in the fact that in a matter of seconds, you can lose it all. So my advice to most people would be, honestly, just probably observe. There's going to be a lot of speculation. You've got 2 of the biggest news events. It's very rare that we see CPI and FOMC on the same day. We could see movements to both sides of the markets, or we could just heavily trend in one direction. It could be anything. Nobody's got any idea. So yeah, honestly, approaching today with huge amount of caution for me.
Agreed, Tommy. And so we were just speaking actually about your Turtle Soup breakout system, and I am using it on stocks as well as the indices as well. And I have mentioned that I'm toned down to the 3 GBP pairs. I think I'm just trying to do too much in the last month or so. And then using it on the indices as well, particularly the NASDAQ that you have tested it, right, Tommy? You've had some great success. So let's speak about your success, Tom, because I think it's been amazing to see in the last month or month and a half. How have you, so for those that don't know, Tom's got about 500 grand in futures firms funding. He's still working on the CFDs. How's the futures firms been for you, and how's the CFD firms been for you in the last month, this quarter?
So futures has absolutely accelerated over the last month or so. I've now got I passed another 150K yesterday. So I have now got 700K of XFAs across Top Step, My Funded Futures, and Apex. So for those of you that have been following me and my ASFX TV streams, you'll know that I only started futures in end of April, May. So literally 6 weeks ago. But I've been trading CFD firms since February, and I've not got any of the CFD firms passed, but I've managed to pass 10 combines now, for, like I say, a total of 700K. So yes, I'm loving the futures move to futures. It's allowed me to scale very, very aggressively. And I'm going to talk about it in tomorrow's stream in a huge amount of detail. I'm going to be talking about stats, the numbers, the quantified, how I'm using my win rate or even random win rates to pass these XFAs and get funded. And I'm going to break down costs of everything, my pass rate. But like the big thing is what I've learned is it's a completely different skill to trading and growing account. Passing challenges for me is now just a volume and a numbers game. And I'm going to break it all down tomorrow on tomorrow's stream in how to reframe it in your mind.
Agreed.
Because it all starts with just accepting failure. I fail more challenges than I pass.
Yep. And then once you get funded, you make it all back and some. So it's a numbers game, right?
Yeah, and that's exactly it. I'm treating it as exactly as a numbers game.
Nice. Okay, I'm looking forward to that, Tommy. That's
But I want to get you in there, JB. We need to get you. I know I keep just nibbling away at you a little bit.
You do keep nibbling away. I need to actually, I need to stop being a clown. I need to just do it then, Tommy.
I'm gonna keep nibbling.
keep nibbling away. Let's get this up here. I just want to just get this.
So I've just posted a link to a trade that I'm in. I've got in this trade on US 100 yesterday using the strategy with the stock trail. So we've got a little bit. We're locked in profit. But Ben's saying I want to start looking at the futures on the hourly using the breakout strategy. What would you suggest looking at? Yeah, I would. I'd suggest the trending assets, right? So anything that breaks. If you're looking for breakouts, you need something that's going to trend. So I would always lean into the indices in the first instance. Oil, not necessarily a great trender, nor is gold. So gold's got a slight upward trend over the long term, but in the sort of the day-to-day basis, it's not a huge trending asset, nor is oil. It's just quite volatile. So I prefer to trade them with a sort of a mean reversion rather than a breakout.
Interesting. And that's why I'm using the breakout systems on stocks, your breakout system on stocks, because that stocks are trending assets, Yeah. Okay. So thanks, Tom. I feel so despondent when I lose a challenge account. I can't always afford them. So failing one is a huge financial loss for me. So that's what Rob says here from South Africa. I actually did meet Rob at the meetup in Cape Town last year, July. Yeah, I think during trading, there's always I think less is more, but you got to find, you got to be willing to get past failure, because there's going to be many failures. I think that's what defines, guys like my dad and guys that I look up to. They've failed many, many times, but they carry on going and they don't quit. If you quit, you'll never make it, but as long as you keep going, you always give yourself a chance. And it can be easier said than done. But I think, if you want to make it happen, you'll find a way. Right, Tommy?
Yeah, you will. And I think, again, this is where there are some options out there at the minute. And you don't always have to be starting with these huge accounts. I would say, take opportunities of these sales. And Rob, is Rob in South Africa?
Correct.
Yeah, so the My Funded Futures account that I got is 150K. I got it for $49 in a sale. So you don't have to be spending a lot. I know they can get expensive. So it's definitely something to bear in mind. And that's why you just have to accept. And hopefully if you come into my stream tomorrow, you'll understand the success rate and the pass rates. And then it'll help you understand and help you budget for how much it's going to cost to get you funded. And there's going to be some surprising numbers out there, because everybody thinks that you should be passing a lot of these and passing them frequently, but that's just not the case. I'm going to show the realities of, if you try and YOLO things, how hard it is to actually pass.
Correct.
You in any trades? Did you take the GCAB trade or GJ trade?
I wanted to take this GJ trade, but no trades for me, Tommy. No trades for me this morning. We had the pound GDP news, and then we also have FOMC and CPI today. So I didn't want to take this. This was a fourth day play as well, Tommy, into last week's highs. So I avoided it. But there was clean market structure this morning. So maybe I could have had a small position on. I'll definitely speak about this in my daily report card this morning. But I think, if I take a loss on this today, trying to buy, also GU was nice. I had this idea with DY live on stream. Let me just get it up here. If I take a loss on this, then I look like a bit of a muppet, because you're trying to trade on very rarely. I don't think I've ever seen FOMC and CPI on the same day.
Yeah, I think it did happen. It has happened. I'm sure it happened last year at one point.
Yeah. Let's have a look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ's going to be interesting because we're reaching all-time highs. I was speaking about this on my live on Twitter last night. But we got NASDAQ reaching all-time highs as well as the S&P 500. So, yeah, very, very going to be very interesting here.
Yeah,
I'm loving this new streaming platform here, Tom. Interesting. Last night when I went live on my Twitter, you don't have to push live to go on Twitter, but you do have to do it for ASFX TV as well as Instagram. You actually have to go live on the Instagram app themselves. But very, very cool, the streaming platform. Maybe we'll stream some Black-Scholes Club sessions here on Twitter as well.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I think it'd be good to for everybody to see inside the BSC and what it's all about. We had some great successes in the BSC again yesterday.
We did. Let's bring that up, actually. We did have some great successes in the BSC yesterday.
Yeah, so we had Tanner passing 3 combine, 350K combines. Dan passed his first one yesterday, which is actually Richard. So shout out to Dan. I obviously got the 150K across the line. So yeah, it was good. It was a great day for the people in the BSC. Once again. Also, shout out to Rachel. Rachel got her combine over yesterday, so she messaged me. She's got her first XFA locked up, which is congratulations. Rebecca also got 3 past this morning in the chat.
Nice.
Did she? Shout out to their text members.
Yes, yeah. Passed. There we go. Let's bring up on 3 on stream. Yeah, well, 3 combines passed yesterday. Very, very good stuff. Great stuff. Is this with Top Step, Tommy?
Yeah, all of them were with Top Step. Yeah.
Nice. And we also had some Thomas pass with the ES longs last night. We also had Richard. We don't know what he wants to be called now, but we had Richard passing as well. So really some great work here. He has and Thomas actually also passed, if I'm not mistaken. Here we go.
Yeah, he did. Thomas passed. Yeah, it's the shaved head. You see, he shaved the head.
Yeah, we go. Yeah. So we can bring this up live on stream, actually, yeah. Past 3 combines. Let's bring my Discord up here. Past 3 combines. Past 3 combines with this one. And this was ES longs, if we have a look over here. This was ES longs, so these guys are trading futures. I think personally, Tom, if I'm just having a look as well, since Austin actually moved over to trading of ES and he not NASDAQ, but because they train more, it kind of does help in terms of you don't have to have a perfect entry. If you know what I'm saying, like sometimes FX can be a mean reverting market. What I've found compared to 2020 and 2021, it can be a little bit more tough to trade because it's not the most trending market. But I found that my pound pairs have been doing well for me. But when you're trying to trade 10, 15 different pairs, day trading them, it can be all over the place. But what I am seeing from when Austin moved over, it's actually helped in terms of because they're trending markets, you don't have to have precise entries, but they do tend to trend quite nicely to one side.
Yeah, so it helps having a directional bias because you've just got probabilities on your side from the start a little bit more. I've always found it pretty tough to short the indices, even just from a back testing perspective. So I've only got long only strategies on the indices. So depending on how the market's moving, I could be flat for a while. But I think we're definitely seeing a lot of success from the guys because they're just focusing on less assets and just really starting to understand how that one thing moves and how it likes to react. So they are specializing in that one asset.
Yeah, and I also have Tanner, who came in like very, very, a bit erratic, he also has been doing quite well. He passed quite another 3, if I'm not mistaken, yesterday as well.
He did. He passed 3 150Ks yesterday.
Let's have a look here. Just have a look here. So third, yeah, we go. Yesterday, there we go. Got it. There you go. Third 150K XFA passed yesterday, and this is Tanner. This is our Black Shirt Club member as well. So great to see the guys doing well in our members, crushing it as well. And great to see you pushing and piling on as well, Tommy. I got to just, you keep nibbling. I got to go add some futures, but I think I just need to start scaling up some more on my CFD side of things. Being in South Africa, we can't do Top Step, but we can do my funded futures. I just need to make the jump across, not solely as still currencies and CFDs will still be my baby, but I can still diversify it to the other side as well, right?
Yeah, I think so. And I think just not being, I think my advice to everybody would be not to be closed-minded to anything, really. Like, where are people succeeding? Like, where are the people in the ASFX passing? Where are they getting payouts? What is the reason why? And try to just think, what can you do to obtain what you're after? Like, what's putting money in your pockets, and how? Don't remain stubborn to opportunities out there that can help elevate your trading. It doesn't have to be one or the other either. This is like one thing that I would remind people of, is that you can do both. You may have to manage things a little bit more efficiently. You may have to take multiple trades or have different copiers and pay a little bit more for CFD stuff and for future stuff. But if you want to scale and you want to be earning millions of dollars a year or having millions of dollars funding, that's something that you're going to have to accept.
Agreed. James, we can do my funded futures. I don't know what that other firm is. Elite Funded Trader and Take Profit Trader. I haven't heard great things about that Take Profit Trader. One of the guys did have an issue with that. But my funded futures, I know Tom's got. I will have a look at that because it's the sister company of My Funded FX, which I have an account with at the moment. Funded and still some in challenges as well. Out of the top ones, they are probably only the top 4 offer to us. Okay, got you. Cool. Yeah, we will definitely have a look at that. Let's see. Okay, so Martin, who's Ryan? Ryan, are you long some accounts at the moment?
Ryan short, yes.
Short, yes.
5390.
Okay.
But it's about 4 in the morning where he is. The guy doesn't sleep.
Yeah, he jumps out of planes and doesn't sleep.
Yeah, he's an adrenaline junkie. He just wants the action all day long.
But yeah, again, I think, Tom, this is quite fun. We're on here live on Twitter as well as YouTube and ASFX TV. So if you do want to watch me more live every single week, watch me on ASFX TV. Today is quite a news-filled day, but we do take positions live on stream. And Tuesdays and Fridays is where Tom and I do our battles. Tommy, I'm going to be coming hot and heavy in our next battle. So this was quite a funny one. So I took it on a trial account on FTMR. I couldn't get my account set up fast enough for the stream. I had to help Amanda in the morning yesterday. And anyway, I take my challenge, my trades, and Tom won. But I didn't close my positions out. And then like 30 minutes later, we're in the Black Shirt Club live chat. And they're up 15%, Tom.
I remember you saying.
That was pretty funny. But how's your body feeling with regard? So this is something cool that I think Tom has put his money where his mouth is. And 100 days in a row has been working out and putting your health first. How has that helped you in terms of your trading and working on your C game? I know you're a systematic trader, but you do also, I think you also still, even though that you're a systematic trader, Tom, you still got to come to the desk and be able to execute on that system, right?
Yeah, massively. Yeah. So yeah, 1st of March, I set my stall out that I needed to improve my discipline off the desk to improve it on the desk. And yeah, it kind of just snowballed from there, really. And before I know it, I'd hit 10 days in a row. Then I'd hit 20, and then I got like a month. So then I was like, you know what? Let's just keep going. Let's just carry this on. Let's see how long we can keep this streak going for. And then, like I say, yeah, before I know it, 3 months down the line, we're 90 odd days in, and So yeah, Saturday we got 100 consecutive days of working out of at least 4-mile run or a 45-minute weight workout. So yeah, and then Saturday I decided to celebrate 100 consecutive days by running 100K. But the reason, like, there's so many benefits to it, and it's not necessarily like just 100K or anything like that, but it's putting yourself in that position where discipline is a choice. There were countless times where I didn't want to go out for a run, or it was pissing down with rain. It was like 10 o'clock at night. I was tired, but then like, I don't want to give up that streak then. So I'm doing the things that are hard and conditioning my mind to say, yeah, this is hard, but you can do it and you're going to do it. Don't give yourself the choice. And it's like, if you're in a losing trade, you can hold it. And you can see it and hope it'll turn around, or you can exit it and do the right thing and do the disciplined thing. So I think there's definitely that benefit from the running, and just keeping it consistent is just not giving yourself the option, and you follow the process and then the results follow, which is, again, like I say, since I've started this, I've developed like 2 more strategies. I've got 700K of funding. I've lost weight. I'm sleeping better. Like, where are the negatives?
Agreed. Yeah, 100%. So I've also seen that in myself, Tom. You know, when I'm going to training and I'm fit, I'm hitting my morning routines, I trade a lot better being a discretionary trader. But yeah, I just wanted to speak about, so something I put out on stream is the mental hand history. This is spoken about by Jared Tender. For those that don't know who Jared Tender is, I would definitely highly recommend that you go and check it out. Check him out and his YouTube. There's a lot of free content there. But he speaks about the mental hand history. And basically, you got to map your pattern, identify the root, and correct the problem. Something that I know a lot of traders here watching across the 3 platforms, say Twitter, YouTube, and AceFX TV, is not wanting to lose, right? And that was my problem as well. Trading with expectations and not wanting to lose, just trying too much. But that's not you got to identify the roots. Nobody likes losing, right? So what was the root? Well, mine was over position sizing and then moving my stop loss, right? So that when I come to my C game in 2022, I had 20 days where I had a loss of more than 4% in a day. In 2023, I came and I was like, I need to have less than that, right? And I had 4 last year, and this year I'm sitting on 2. So it hasn't been an easy road, but I'm getting better every single day, right? But you have to correct the problem. So I think a lot of traders come into each day saying, I need to make money today, but you actually have no control over that. You actually have to come into the day, focus on what you can actually control. That is your morning routine. Did you work out the night, the day before? Did you go to bed on time? Those sort of things all impact us as discretionary traders. Do you have any questions or comments in the chat across the 3 platforms this morning? So if you want,
JB, talking about C game, I spoke about this on a coaching call with Poppy earlier in the week. Sure. And bring up the graph that I've just sent you. This will really highlight how improving your P&L can be achieved by reducing your bad days rather than making your winning days better. Okay.
So this is Poppy. So this is one of the ladies that works with us in the Black Show Club from the UK. And this is her current P&L, the red graph here. And this is the half as bad on poor days. On her losing days, this is making them half as bad. And then this is half as bad as half as many. Look how by not once did we mention make more on the winning days. We mentioned reducing the red days by half and then half as many. I think a lot of the times as discretionary traders, we think that we need to make more money means we're going to become profitable. And that's just simply not the case. And I looked at this in my stats as well and had a brutally honest decision with myself that I need to stop having these blood days, because not only one, do they hurt our physical capital, they also hurt my mental capital. In 2022, I made good money, but my mental was nowhere. And I needed in 2023 to reduce that. And that's, again, it's a consistent process and work on when we're trading, right? It's not like you do it once and then you're fine for the next 5 years. No, You have to continue doing it. You don't go to gym once a year and then you got a six pack and abs for the rest of the year. No, you need to continue working on it. But I think a lot of traders know how to make money, but they give it back on their poor trading days. So this is a very, very interesting graph, and it shows you that not once have you had the Tom go through it with Poppy and say, you need to make more money on your winning days. No, just suck less. And that's what Jared Tenner speaks about a lot as well. So sucking less and working on yourself and on your C game. And I think a lot of the times, also Tom has spoken to me a lot about this as how do you live your life? Because how you live your life is going to impact your how you trade. If you're not being disciplined in other aspects of your life, like if you're not working out and not showing discipline in other aspects of your life, it might be harsh, but it's true. If you're not working out and actually living a healthy lifestyle or a disciplined lifestyle outside of trading, what makes you think that you're going to come on and become the 6-figure, 7-figure, maybe 8-figure trader? It's just not going to happen. So any questions, let me know in the chat here. Any questions across Twitter, let me know. But yeah, Tom, I think that's a great graphic. Thanks for that share. Would you agree with that, Tom? About the discipline off the desk leads to it on the desk as discretionary traders, even systematic.
I think it's way more important than people realize. It's huge. I really, really, really do believe that. The more discretionary you are, the more your outside influences will impact your trading. So your relationships, your sleep patterns, your diet, your exercise routine, your morning routine, your journaling, it all has an amplified effect the more discretionary that you are.
100%. So Rob's asking here, are there any prop firms that do futures challenge accounts? Not familiar with futures, so excuse the dumb question. No, there's no such thing as a stupid question. Yes, for South Africans, I would recommend my funded futures. Right, I'm actually just going to go ahead and get it. There's no point stuffing around. Right? They're cheaper than the CFD as well. Yeah, they're cheaper than the CFD accounts as well. For 50K CFD account, you're going to pay about $200. For a futures account, you're going to pay about $50, about $50. So that's your answer there, Rob. But yeah, let's just put this back over here. So go do a mental hand history on your own trading. That's what I would recommend. Go do a mental hand history on your own trading, right? And again, journaling. Now you don't have to have a fancy journal like TradeZilla. A normal journal, like anything, just writing it down will help as well, right? So make sure you go do that as well. Go check that out. Yeah, perfect. Let's bring up the charts again. So yeah, I think everything is just waiting for that news release, Tom. That's personally what I'm seeing at the moment.
Yeah, I agree. I think, which is understandable, right? Nobody's going to want to speculate before we get that news.
Yeah. 100%. I did buy some GameStop, Tom.
Fucking hellfire.
Why? I bought some GameStop.
Did you now?
Pre-market at $28. I'm in at about $26, $27, just about $26.90.
Nice. What's the plan?
I'll tell Valhalla.
What?
I'll tell Valhalla. Just hold until I die.
We're going diamond hand, are we?
Yeah, we'll see. Roaring Kitty's got some call options. I think due to end on the 20th of June at $20. We're currently trading above. I saw a meme the other day. It was like market makers like trying to get GameStop underneath 20 before the 20th of June. It's like they're trying all they can do, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
We will.
How do you trade futures? So Rob's asking, how do you trade futures? So it's the same. It's on the futures platforms, but it's the same. Okay, so what futures are? It's just different way of trading it. So you can trade stocks, you can buy shares. CFDs, you're trading as a contract for difference. You're not actually holding, you're not buying any asset. You're trading the price fluctuations. That's the CFDs. Futures are the same things. You can trade as NASDAQ as a CFD, and you can trade NQ as a futures. It's the same thing. It's just same ticker. It's just as a different way of trading it. That's essentially what futures are. How you trade it is via futures platforms. Just like we have C-Trade and MT5 and MT4, you can use futures platforms as well. Yeah. Right, Tom?
Yep.
Would that be a good way of explaining it?
Yeah. But yeah,
why
so
do you think futures firms can afford?
It's just a different vehicle.
Yeah.
It's still trading, and for me, it's just see it exactly the same. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't overthink it. It's just a different market, right? That's all.
Agreed.
And it's just a different platform. It's the same
Agreed.
process. All of these things are the same. Whether you're a poker player, whether you're a sports bettor, whether you're a trader, all it is literally you're putting on risk and you're managing risk to try and earn some expected value over the long term. There's just different ways, whether it's crypto, like you say, stocks, whether it's Forex, futures, fucking grain, pigs, two flies up a wall. It's all the same.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%, Tom, 100%. So, how do you, someone asked you on ASFX TV, where was it? Yeah, why do you think futures firms can afford the low prices compared to CFD firms? Personally, I think also the futures firms are a little bit more tricky with regards to the trailing drawdown. I also would say that the futures are regulated, right? So you don't have to pay these exorbitant fees like to get accounts on MetaTrader and stuff like that. I think just the back end stuff is a little bit more cheaper, I would say. Probably one of the reasons. Is your return on risk bigger for futures? Yes, it would be. Tom's worked it out because the futures firms are cheaper, but you're not going to see guys getting $20,000 payouts. That's also why I would say they can afford it, right, Tom? With the rules, you're not seeing $20,000 payouts at once compared to like you do see on the CFD firms, right?
Wow, yeah. So yes and no. Not as many from like normal traders, but if you watch Top Step X or Top Step TV last week, Dakota, actually one of the traders on there, withdrew on Top Step TV $130,000 from his account.
Oh, jeez.
So you can scale it because these guys are offering, if you get to that level, live, like they will put you able queue, so to speak, and put you on live accounts. But yeah, a lot of the time. So what I would suggest is, Johan, tune into my stream tomorrow. I am going to delve into all of it. The challenges that I've bought, what I'm risking, how much I'm willing to invest, why I'm investing this amount to pass. And I'm just going to break it all down in terms of numbers and probabilities to give you guys an understanding of how you can sort of gamify the process of passing, or understand how much you need to invest to get a certain allocation of live funding. I'm going to go into it all tomorrow in detail on my stream on ASFX TV at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, and also Friday we got our trading battle, right, Tom?
We do. We are back for our trading battle again on Friday. It's currently 3-2. So can I come and level the scores? It'd be good if I could level the scores.
No ways. We're just giving you a false sense of security, Tom.
That's fine. We'll see.
Oh gosh. I think this is, we've been going almost for 2 hours right here. This has been great. We got 220 guys live on Twitter, and then we got 25 or so live on ASFX TV. I don't know how many we have on YouTube, but it's been great to have you guys on. as mentioned, we trade live on ASFX TV every single week, Wednesdays and Fridays, and then Tom on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We do have our trading battles live on Tuesdays and Fridays. So Tom's Tuesday stream and my Friday stream is where we actually scalp live and take our positions live. But I think, yeah, Tom, I think also something to touch on in, I've been doing this almost coming up on August 6 years now, Tommy. I think when I've always kept things simple is when I do things the best. I think when I overcomplicate and overthink things is where I actually can't find a rhythm and can't get going, right?
Yeah, and I think you'll go far. We could talk on this for ages and ages, right? There's going to be moments in your career where you go through that multiple times a year, I would say as well. I think you become more and more aware of it. Like trading is not just a straight line. Your P&L is not a straight line, but nor are your emotions. You're going to go through periods where confidence is low, or you're not sure whether you're doing the right things, or things are hard. And it's just part of the game. It really is. And I think it takes a lot of getting used to. And I think that's why it takes these years and years to build the resilience and the emotional control and the emotional stability to be able to survive. And don't ever expect to come into trading expecting a regular paycheck. Like if you need or want a regular paycheck, I'm not sure this is the career for you. It just doesn't happen. You can go into prolonged periods of drawdown and you're not going to get paid for months. So yeah, I think it does take time for you to understand and learn all about this. And I just want to give I'm going to drop something in. I watched this over the last couple of days and it was brilliant. Right. Inside the Edge. It's a documentary on Amazon. It's free on there. Please, please, please go and watch this. It is, I loved it. It got me.
Tom, did you see that thing I sent you from Roger Federer yesterday now? You watched it?
Yes, I did.
Great, as well. Okay, send me that thing Inside the Edge so we can show it up for the... Why is that a good program to watch, Inside the Edge?
Here we go. I've got the Amazon link here. Let me stick the Amazon link in the chat.
Okay.
Unbelievable. It's a great, great, great documentary.
Okay, so this is it. Yeah, it's live up on streamer. Inside the Edge, a professional blackjack adventure. Interesting. Okay, on Amazon Prime, yeah?
On Amazon, yeah.
Nice. I'm going to go give this a watch then. I love these type of programs, Tommy. You can rent it for £5 or buy it for £10.
Yeah, no, so it's on there if you've got Prime, it's on there for free. You might even be able to find it for free on the internet somewhere, but it's brilliant.
Nice. Okay, Inside the Edge. Inside the Edge. I did make a note of that, actually. Yeah, I did make a note of it yesterday, Inside the Edge.
Oh, good question. Elmer's got a great question. Who's your pick then for the US Open?
Yeah, there is the golf on this weekend. It's hard to bet against Scotty Scheffler, that's for sure. But if there is someone I would like to win is Ricky Fowler.
Ricky Fowler?
Yeah. Well, John Rahm can't when he's pulled out. You see he's got a foot fungus or some shit.
Ricky Fowler? No, he'd be well down the fucking list of winners for me.
Okay, it's hard to bet against Scotty Scheffler at the moment, but
it really is.
I would say him. I wouldn't mind seeing Wyndham Clark defending, but I would say Scotty Scheffler. We'll have to go with him. You can't bet against him at the moment. I mean, besides Scheffler. Okay, we'll go Bryson DeChambeau.
Yeah, I think he could have a chance. It was great to see Robert McIntyre win at the last week.
With his dad on the bag. Did you see that? With his dad on the bag.
Yeah, with his dad on the bag, mate. That was brilliant. That was a great, great moment. He's such a nice lad as well. This guy in here, when you watch that documentary, for the last part of it, he travels around America in his RV with his dad and his two dogs, just literally just taking cash out of these casinos. It's absolutely brilliant.
Okay, so I do want to bring up this thing over here. I do want to bring up this thing over here. Let's go, premium. Let's where did I get my bookmarks? Bookmark folders. So it was sports. Underneath sports, I saved it here. Let's bring this up here. Now it's not saving. What? Okay, let's go all bookmarks.
I want to see Dixie win his second. That's what I want.
Aha.
Dixie to win his second.
He did win. Okay, yeah, we got this. Yeah, let's put on. Let's bring this up here. And let's go over here. Let's just put my stream on. Okay, there you go. You should be able to listen to this now.
Graduates, I feel your pain. I know what it's like when people keep asking what your plan is for the rest of your life. They ask me, now that you are not a professional tennis player, what do you do? I don't know, and it's okay not to know. So what do I do with my time? I'm a dad first, so I guess I drive my kids to school. I play chess online against strangers. I vacuum the house. No, in truth, I'm loving the life of a tennis graduate. A few lessons I've relied on through this transition. Let's call them tennis lessons. I hope they will be useful in the world beyond Dartmouth. So here's the first. Effortless is a myth. I mean it. I say that as someone who has heard that word a lot. Effortless. People would say my play was effortless. Most of the time, they meant it as a compliment. But it used to frustrate me when they would say he barely broke a sweat. I didn't get where I got on pure talent alone. I got there by trying to outwork my opponents. I believed in myself, but belief in yourself has to be earned. Yes, talent matters. I'm not going to stand here and tell you it doesn't. But talent has a broad definition. Most of the time, it's not about having a gift. It's about having grit. In tennis, a great forehand with sick racket head speed can be called a talent. But in tennis, like in life, discipline is also a talent. And so is patience. Trusting yourself is a talent. Embracing the process, loving the process is a talent. Managing your life, managing yourself, these can be talents too. Some people are born with them. Everybody has to work at them. Second lesson, it's only a point. Let me explain. You can work harder than you thought possible and still lose. I have many times. Tennis is brutal. For me, one of the biggest was the finals at Wimbledon in 2008, me versus Nadal. Some call it the greatest match of all time. Okay, all respect to Rafa, but I think it would have been way, way better if I had won. Some defeats hurt more than others. I knew I would never get another shot at 6 in a row. I lost Wimbledon, I lost my #1 ranking, and suddenly people said, he had a great run. Is this the changing of the guard? But I knew what I had to do. Keep working and keep competing. In tennis, perfection is impossible. In the 1,526 singles matches I played in my career, I won almost 80% of those matches. Now, I have a question for you. What percentage of points do you think I won in those matches? Only 54%. The truth is, whatever game you play in life, sometimes you're going to lose. A point, a match, a season, a job. It's a roller coaster with many ups and downs. The best in the world are not the best because they win every point. It's because they know they'll lose again and again and have learned how to deal with it. Here's the third one. Life is bigger than the court. A tennis court is a small space. Even when I was just starting out, I knew that tennis could show me the world, but tennis could never be the world. I can't wait to see what you all do next. Whatever game you choose, give it your best. Go for your shots, play free, try everything. And most of all, be kind to one another and have fun out there. Congratulations again, class of 2024.
That's great.
Amen. Great speech.
Yeah, it's great.
So relatable to trading.
Yeah, and life in general, you know.
Yep.
I think. Yeah. No, it's interesting there. Out of all the matches that he played, he won almost 80% of them. But out of the points, he only won 54% of them. So
yeah. So what do you take from that then?
Well, what I take from that is, again, like just think in terms, you've got to lower your expectations. I think everybody wants to win in trading. Everybody wants to win every single day, every single trade. But you just got to keep fighting. I think that the next thing I take from that is, just never giving up. I think you're going to lose a lot, but if you learn how to lose and just get up one more time, you always got a chance,
Yeah.
What do you take from that, Tommy?
So the way I see it is, yes, you have to learn to lose. Like, nobody likes losing.
Of course not.
Nobody does, but you have to accept losses. And Rogers talked about 54% there. Instead of that being points won, imagine it being trades. Like, you can win 54% of your trades, but over the long term, you might be profitable 80% of the months or 80% of the years. But in the nitty gritty, in the granular level of it, you are going to lose roughly about half the trades or half the points during that point. And like, the lower time frame that you go, the more you kind of get sucked into having to deal and accept with losses more often and more frequently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that was a great way to end, Tommy. We've been on for almost 2 hours now. So I appreciate everyone across all 3 platforms. Thanks for your time as always, Tom. Tom is streaming tomorrow on ASFX TV. We did have DY earlier from Hydra Funding, so go check them out. You can actually get a discount on Hydra Funding accounts. I'll put them in the chat as well for the link to their website. Let me just get it. So go check them out as well. I'm currently in a challenge with them at the moment. But yeah, I appreciate everyone being on this morning. It's a little bit of a longer one, but we did have across all 3 platforms this morning. So really, really cool. If you want to watch Tom and I stream more in the London session, and also got guys in the New York session, to go and check us out on ASFX TV. The link is in my bio on Twitter, as well as Instagram and YouTube as well. So go check us out there. Appreciate everyone for being on this morning. We will see you then for Tom's stream tomorrow and me on Friday. So they got one last question here. With all the news today, would you recommend just staying off the charts? And this is from James Watts. I wouldn't say stay off the charts, but watch the news come out. But I wouldn't look to be aggressive today and actually place trades. As mentioned, I missed some moves in inverted commas on the pound pairs, the high side GJ and GU specifically. But I think normally CPI sets up the trend for the rest of the month. What is your take on that, Tommy?
In regards to what, mate?
News, staying off the charts.
So this is where I differ from most people, right? So I'm a little bit different in the fact that I've tested all of my systems on news days. I've got historical data to tell me how my trading and strategies perform on high impact US dollar news. So I will still be taking trade entries if they present. I'm not going to be rash and putting on trades 2 minutes before CPI. But if there is news, or if there's an opportunity after the news or with plenty of time, I will be looking to trade. But I know my systems are robust enough to be traded around the news, and at times need the news to give me the volatility to enter some of the strategies that I deploy. So for me personally, I will still be trading with caution, but will not be holding directly into news.
With you. Okay, cool. Tommy, we will call it here. Appreciate everyone that was live on. We had over 200 people live on Twitter. I don't know how much on YouTube, but we have, if you want to see us trade more, we'll see you on ASFX TV. Thomas, tomorrow, we got some streams later on this afternoon. New York session, it is only $10 a month, guys. So you can watch us stream live every single day on there. So we'll see you on ASFX TV then. But yeah, appreciate you, Tommy. I will be streaming live on Twitter in the evenings for my evening market prep, market chat, in the evenings more. So we'll check you there as well. But yeah, appreciate your time as always, Tommy. We'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers, everyone.